It doesn't matter if you're an old or new viewer, a member, a subscriber, or maybe a YouTuber, but you have no idea what you're doing with your Necromancer as long as you show at least a little respect for my work for this channel. You are welcome here. These are good habits. Keep it in mind. After this short statement, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I will discuss what I think is the perfect configuration for a summoner. So if you've ever been annoyed by summon duration, then hit subscribe button because your problems might be solved here. Build is based on all my recent testing and discoveries, as well as additional item bonuses significantly improve its effectiveness. It has been tested in many places and achieves very good results, such as massive DPS, very high attack speed, high mobility, and no resource wastage on summon duration and cooldowns. So let's move on to skills and essences. Build is based on archers, has a summon with the best results in tests, have a ranged attack, lasts all the time, has a very strong active skill, and also get the best bonus values. So I additionally buffed their damage with the essence of the weapon. It should be noted that they find the target very well, so you don't have a situation where you waste time because your summons are running around instead of attacking. And this is a very important feature, which causes summons that do not have it, in the end result, turn out to be weaker. Following exactly the same principles as the second summon, I chose the empowered Skeletal Mage. Although there is an alternative to this build which I will show later in the video. For now, I'll focus on this summon. It also achieved great results in the test and is also ready for action as soon as summoned, so you won't have the feeling that your summons are not doing exactly what you expect them to do. And this build is very dynamic, so every second is important. In addition, this summon allows us to use shoulder pads that increase all damage. It scales perfectly for archers, which are the irreplaceable core of the summoner. So far everything looks pretty standard, and so let's go over the key elements of this build. The first of these is, of course, Dark Curse with the Frenzy effect from the pants. This is a best, well-known summon boosting mechanic. Optionally, you can also use these shoulder pads to extend its duration by 30%. This way you lose 10% damage though. For this configuration, Dark Curse works perfectly because our summons take full advantage of its potential, but the magic is just beginning, because it is only the next skill that guarantees the maximum efficiency of the summons used. Unfortunately, it also requires some sacrifices, but in the end it is very profitable. This skill is Bone Armor. It allows us to significantly increase our survival rate in our summons, but also our party members. Although that is not the reason we want to use this skill. The real reason is that it activates Bottled Hope, and it is the only option to double the bonus damage from the bottle, because the bonus from our character transfers to the summons, and in addition, the summons get their own. It is worth mentioning that I use a bottle on the first rank in this video. Nevertheless, the golem's sacrifice is much more beneficial. In addition, if we run in the party, we are very good buffers, greatly improving the performance of other members, so it also works great for team play. If we don't have a bottle, then of course we are forced to have a golem. The choice of set is not at all that obvious. It is obvious that the irreplaceable core is the 4 parts of the shepherd. In this video I use 6 parts, which gives a powerful bonus for the first 12 seconds of the fight. But it is not ideal, because we do not always have control over it. However, it is a good solution if we expect burst damage. For longer fights, the 2 parts of the Shaubas will give us similar results. Damage will be smaller, but the bonus is active all the time. So it's up to you what you prefer at this point. There is also a third option that will work great if you have a high rank of Bottled Hope. It is a 2-part of Vithus. In addition, this will increase the duration of all the buffs we use. Dark Curse, Bone Armor, and also mention Bottle. So I give you these 3 options so that you can decide for yourself which one is most suitable for you. If we are talking about gems, Bottled Hope is the core of this build. The rest of the gems I use are mainly aimed at increasing damage. However, I believe that in this case, instead of a Seeping Bile, a Follower's Burden would be better. Also, we should find a place for the Echoing Shade to make sure that we always get the maximum bonus from the set and from the Follower's Burden. In this configuration, our clones will also be powerfully buffed. Also, presence equipment to show how much potential this build has. For some reason, I was not able to get the best equipment yet, but I think that also in this case, this configuration works perfectly, although for many of you it may work much better. You should know that I do not play Summoner on a daily basis. In magic item bonuses, you should target summon damage, primary damage, critical chance and damage, but also beneficial effect duration and cooldown reduction. Similarly with Reforge, primary damage, summon damage, critical damage, and beneficial effect duration. However, if you are strongly attached to your Grem, you can still use it in this configuration. Although I personally do not prefer this solution, I must admit that it works well. Remember that you have to sacrifice your shoulders, so you will not increase the overall damage bonus, and you will not increase the duration of the Dark Curse. So the decision is yours. So all the most effective things from the previous videos were used. I still encourage you to watch them to improve your knowledge of the Necromancer. Every summon is described there in detail. So that's it. Hope the video was helpful, so don't forget to press thumbs up button. Also subscribe to stay updated. Check other videos. And as always, thanks for watching.